Hello. You may have been wondering where I've been. Fret not, for I have never left you. I have been merely working among the shadows. If you've been following this channel, you might know about the kobold news videos I used to make. In my quest to improve the quality of them with animation and VR work, I burned out quickly and instead chose to post updates on Twitter to bring more focus back on the game instead of the videos. But videos shall return. They will instead be like this, very simple voice-over videos, only focusing on what's changed, and I plan on keeping them simple like this for the foreseeable future, in hopes of being more consistent. For the past year or so, I've been working on a companion game to Kobold Garden called Smol Kobold Garden. As the name suggests, it's a smaller version of the main game, designed for mobile phones. The idea is that kobolds you raise in the main game can be transferred to Smol Kobold Garden and vice versa, letting you bring your kobold friends wherever you go. It's very close to being playable, but still has a ways before it's ready for a full mobile release, so I instead plan to release Smol Kobold Garden on Steam Early Access very soon. However, I want to warn you that the Steam release doesn't mean it's a complete game yet. Most features are in place, but it's extremely bare bones right now. The early release is for those who want to try out the game as we continue to build it. If you're expecting a full game, it's best to wait for the full release. For those brave enough to venture through buggy releases and game-breaking anomalies, I plan to release videos like this one with each update, detailing new features and bug fixes. This way you can try out new features on Steam as soon as the videos are up. But the purpose of this video in particular is to explain what Smol Kobold Garden is and what is planned for its finished 1.0 version. If you know the Chow Garden from Sonic Adventure 2, you might be familiar with the Tiny Chow Garden. Smol Kobold Garden will be similar, a portable version of the larger Kobold Garden game. But Tiny Chow Garden is very simplistic. You can only have a single chow in it at a time. Thanks to the power of modern technology, Smol Kobold Garden will not be a one-to-one version. Instead, I plan to add additional features, allowing for better quality of life on a mobile device, and allowing for a more complete standalone gaming experience. Have you ever heard of a game called Viva Pinata? In it, you can terraform the land to attract different types of wildlife, add more water, and water-based animals appear. Plant certain flowers or trees, and different kinds of flying animals may show up. In Smol Kobold Garden, you can select a kobold to hunt these animals, allowing them to take on features of that animal. Want a kobold with antlers? Look no further. What about a kobold with dragon horns? It may be a tough fight, but well worth it. Another feature will be from the Animal Crossing playbook. You'll be able to build homes for one or multiple kobolds to inhabit. They can be placed anywhere, upgraded, and customized to your liking. With these features, I hope to make Smol Kobold Garden more of a small, evolving ecosystem in your pocket that you can check in on when you're not busy. Once the kobold features are complete in Smol Kobold Garden, with things like stats and evolutions, I plan to release the main Kobold Garden game in early access as well, so both can be built together in tandem. This will make it easier to keep features similar to each other between both games, so when something like kobold stats are built in one game, it can be easily implemented in the other. This is still going to be quite the undertaking, and one that may still take a while, but I feel building both games in this way will not only help in keeping features in parity, but put the games in your hands earlier, allowing you to try them out instead of having to wait on the 1.0 release. Once Smol Kobold Garden is 1.0 complete, it will be ready and released for mobile platforms where you can transfer kobolds as intended. If you like what you've seen or heard, please also consider supporting me on Patreon. My time away has degraded my Patreon a bit. I work solely on this, and any bit helps out continued development. Other ways of supporting is through wishlisting both games on Steam. It helps out a ton. All links can be found down below in the description. Thank you for watching. These are pretty exciting times for the project, so thank you for following me on this journey. I wouldn't be here without you. Yip, yip.